Hey, how's it going? I'm Jeff Chapman, and welcome back to the final, maybe the final, video of my Wonder Woman Photoshop tutorial. So we're going to start by adding in her lasso, which is something I realized I forgot that in the last video. So I'm going to use this picture here, and I'm just going to clip it out with the pen tool. Okay, I think my path is all done here, but before I make my selection, I'm just going to clone stamp out these nails here, or screws. Yeah, that looks good. So I'm going to do a color overlay of a goldish kind of color. And an outer glow, again, of a goldish color. And yeah, that'll work. That will work. So next we're going to add in some smoke. Added some of this kind of billowing smoke we have going around her. So, and I'm just gonna paint in some smoke. First, I'm just gonna lay in some very rough shapes. And let me do a little bit of a darker edge to it. And I'm just gonna paint a little bit in the front. I had the base of my smoke kind of just painted in, so now I'm going to add some actual pictures of smoke. I'm going to start with this one here, and I'm just going to make a rough selection of this part right here. Just going to feather it about 22, that'll be plenty. And I'm going to put it right about there. And I'm just going to erase the edges a little bit so it feathers a bit more. Gonna take the other side. Again, it's a very rough selection. On this side. So let's try grabbing some of this fire right here. Now with this one, I'm just gonna put it on screen, and I'm gonna pump up the darks, so we just kind of get the lighter, smoky edge, just like that. So with her legs, I want the illusion that she's kind of stepping out of the smoke. So I want to put this leg right here more behind the smoke, and this leg right here more in front of the smoke. So I'm going to put a clipping mask on her leg layer, like that. And I'm just going to slowly take out this leg. Not completely, but just how this leg looks like it's coming from the smoke. I'm liking that, but I want this leg here, I guess that's her left leg, I want that in front of the smoke. So I'm gonna quickly turn that smoke layer off, and I'm just gonna make a selection around her leg. And add a mask. So now this leg is going to be in front of the smoke a little more. Now obviously I need to work on that because the edge is too harsh, but I want some smoke covering this leg, just not as much as this leg. So next I'm going to add all these little kind of chunks of rubble and dust. You'd imagine if you have a building that collapsed and you pick up a chunk of the building, there's going to be dust and debris and all little pieces of rock and concrete falling everywhere. So we're going to add some of those little chunks falling down. Where should I start? Let's start with this one here. And let's see. So let's try putting that on screen. That's not bad. It's not bad. Maybe just darken that up a tad. It's a good start. So let's try this picture. Paste that in. So we'll start off with the screen, and we're going to need to pump up the darks more. Oh yeah, I like that. I like that. That really looks like it's falling down, so yeah. And I'm going to try multiply again. I need to invert. Now I got to pump up my light so only the dark show. Let's see, how does that look? So let's take a little bit from this side over here. Put this one on screen. Pump up my darks. And let's take this picture here. Gonna desaturate that. Gonna invert that. And I'm just gonna have some rubble falling in the background here. just add some more to the front here. I'm thinking that's probably enough rubble. So we're almost done here. We're very, very close to being done. So all I'm gonna do is add some color overlays now. And you'll see adding some color overlays will really finalize a piece. It'll really help unify everything, make it look cleaner, make it look more sharp, and make it look more professional. And you'll see what I mean. And I'm gonna start just by doing with a little bit of a bluish color. I'm gonna try color first. That's obviously way too harsh, so we're gonna turn it down a lot. Okay, so now I'm gonna add some orange on her body from the fire. So I'm just going to pick in a kind of a reddish orange color, make a new layer, and I'm just gonna start painting in some orange. I'm gonna do it very roughly at first, then I'm gonna do it more refined. And I'm probably gonna have it on soft light. Overlay's a little too harsh. And now I'm gonna do an overlay layer. And with that, I'm gonna pump up some of the oranges in the fire. A little too harsh, tone that down. Maybe add a nice fire hotspot right there. And maybe we can blur that out a little bit just so it looks a little more natural. Put it on soft light. Do it very subtle. Maybe add some more orange up here to her leg. Nice. We're almost done. Just kind of a few more subtle touches here and there, and we're almost done. Now I'm just going to go in and add a little bit. I'm just going to frame the whole picture out with a little bit of black. So I'm just going to make a selection like that. And let's see, maybe overlay. Yeah, I like that. That looks good. That really helps frame out the picture. Yeah, that's good. And because the sun is coming in from behind her right shoulder, you're going to have some glares overlapping her arm and her face. So I'm going to add those in. I'll show you what I mean. And some right there. A little too harsh. Nice soft light. That's much better. I'm just doing some really minor finalizing tweaks right now. And yeah, so I think I'm going to call this piece done. It looks finished to me. And I may go back into it later and change a few things here and there, but for now, I think that's good. You get the gist of it. So thank you very much for watching this video series. I apologize if I wasn't the easiest to listen to. I'm not the most articulate person. I'm not necessarily the best speaker in the world, but I try, do what I can. I'm an artist, not a speech giver. So thanks for watching, thanks for bearing with me, and if you want to see more of these videos, let me know.